how many solutions it has. And if it has one solution, we're going to check the actual solution, okay? Because when they cross at a certain point, and that point is x and y. And if it's one solution, we're going to look for that x and we're going to look for that y. And it's going to be a little bit simpler because we're going to be using the graphing calculator. I'm going to show you how to do it with decimals. You do have to solve for y though, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do 3x plus 2y is equals to 12. And I'm going to do 5y minus 2y, 5y minus 2y. Actually, this is an x. 5x minus 2y is equals to 10. So I'm going to go ahead and solve for y. I'm going to do minus 3x minus 3x. When I do minus 3x, it's because this one is positive, so I'm trying to do the opposite of that so that I can move it over. So then I have 2y is equals to, I'm going to rewrite this as negative 3x plus 12. And then I'm going to divide by the number in front of the y, which in this case is 2. So I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So now I have y equals negative 3 over 2, x plus 6. Now don't worry about fractions right now because remember fractions is just a slope. This one is easy to graph, but we're not going to graph it ourselves. We're going to graph it in the calculator. So then I'm going to move this 5x. I'm going to move this 5x. I'm going to divide by that negative 2. Remember, if it's a negative, you have to divide by a negative number. Don't do the opposite of the division. The division stays the same. The only time when it's opposite is when we move it completely. So we're going to divide by negative 2. This is just y, 1y, which is y. And this is going to be positive, negative, negative is positive, 5 over 2, x minus 5. So these are our two lines. Now, automatically with just this, we can say that these are different slopes. If there are different slopes, we know that it's going to be one solution. Okay, so once we do that, I'm going to keep those in mind because I'm going to graph them. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open the Desmos calculator. And I'm going to type in my equations. So I'll say y equals negative 3 over 2 x plus 6. And then I'm going to do another one. Y equals 5 over 2 x minus 5. And then your Desmos app gives you the intersection, which is right here. So that's going to be your intersection. 2.75 and 1.875. Since the calculator gives it to you in decimal, I am going to let you go ahead and write it in decimal. Okay? But if your answers are in a fraction, then what you're going to do is you're going to change it to decimal so that you can kind of know which one is your answer. If your answer is in fraction, you change it to decimal. How do you change it? You just put in the calculator and that's it. Okay? Like let's say they give you 5 over 2.
The slope has to be a fraction.
Not necessarily. Sometimes it's going to be a whole number. And that's it. You just plug it in. It'll give you a decimal automatically. So 2.75 is what is it? 8, 9, 10, 11? 11 over 4. Right? Because 2.75 is 2 3/4. And then you do 8, 9, 10, 11 over 4. But that's from middle school. You should know how to do this though. But if you don't remember, just put it in the calculator and it'll give you the fraction. Okay? Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and stop and then we'll keep going. I'm gonna give you another